Welcome to the Living a Life Well Fed podcast. I'm your host, Ariana Yeomans-Kinahan, and I'm so excited to bring you your number one podcast for all things breastfeeding, family life, and business. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Today on the podcast, I am talking to you about treating yourself to something you may never have tried before, but that I guarantee will change your life. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Ariana Yeomans-Kinahan. I hope you're having an amazing day so far, and thank you for letting me be a part of your day. I truly appreciate it. I love that you're listening in, and I hope you enjoy this episode because not everyone has experienced a photo session through Well Fed Photography or one of our memberships, and we've had them now for 2 years. Our membership's just about almost 2 years, and the price is increasing soon. So this is why I wanted to make an episode, so that you have the chance to get a better feel for what is actually included in a membership, what the experience is like, even though it's very challenging to put into words what it's like to go through that process and to feel every part of that process. But I'm going to do my best to try to convey both what's included and what it's like. So firstly, you may be someone who really loves studio photography, where you stand in front of a beautiful backdrop and you pose with your family and then you select photos. You may really enjoy photographs where you go out to a beautiful location and all of your family are in matching outfits and you pick photographs from that. That's not what we do at Well Fed Photography though. And I still, even if you love studio photography, even if you love on-scene photography where you're still looking at the camera and you're posed and you're all perfectly dressed, I really encourage you to give documentary photography a try. And this is why. It will change your life. Quite simply, it will change your life. And the photographs that result from it will go on to continue to change your lives as long as you're surrounded by them, as long as you look at them, as long as you even know that they're there, and the feelings that you have when you see them. This is about dropping the facade. This is about accepting yourself in a way that you may have never accepted yourself before. And I absolutely support that people love getting dressed up for things and they like to make an event of things. And so this may be why you've really loved studio photography or on-location photography before. But documentary photography is different. Documentary photography is capturing you and your family as you are. In your day-to-day life, your bonds, your connection, the things that you enjoy together, those little in-between moments that are not captured in traditional studio photography or photography on a location where you're like in a beautiful setting but still all looking at the camera. Those moments just are not captured in the same way that they are with documentary photography. And I was a photojournalist for a couple of years at the start of my career as being a photographer, and that really influenced how I photographed people. And I didn't even realize it at the time. Honestly, I only just looked back at those photographs a few years ago and I was like, wow, all along I was like a documentary photographer, but as a photojournalist. So I was photographing life as it happened for a wide array of circumstances. And it was really beautiful and it made a huge difference. And I used to get compliments all the time for how that newspaper changed once my photographs were in it, because all of a sudden people could actually feel what they were looking at rather than just seeing a post photograph, which people don't really attach themselves to. They don't really feel in the same way, if at all. So that was really amazing. It was amazing for me to look back and see that, and it's amazing to know how that has influenced what I do now and added to and enhanced what I do now, and how that was really just a natural part of what I do as a photographer. I am there to capture you and your family, yes, but the thing about photography is that photographers are taught to look for the light, and I take that to mean in every sense of the word. So yes, I look for the physical light, the natural light, the sunlight coming into your home or coming into your back garden. But I also look for the light in you and your family. What is it that lights you up? What is it about your bond that is so special? What is it about you and your family that is unique? What is it about every member of your family that is unique? What is the essence of who you are as a family unit and individually? all of that matters, and all of that is what I'm capturing. So I'm not there to change the scene or interrupt things or pose you or to try to perfect things. I am there to truly just be, and to encourage you to be as well, for you to exist, for you to enjoy just being together and existing together. And we are with our families so much, but we are often not with them. So we're around them, we might be doing things with them like eating a meal or getting them, getting our kids ready for bed or making sure that they have the things that they need, but we're not always present. Because a lot of times we're planning, we're in our heads, we're trying to think about the next step and what we need to do to accomplish that and to make that possible. Whereas with well-fed photography photo sessions, there is nothing that you have to do except for to be there. And that can be, I acknowledge, that can be scary for a lot of people who are not used to that level of presence. But I can guarantee you that for every photo session I've done, all families at the end of it are actually more relaxed, they are more at ease, they are actually enjoying one another. And it seriously impacts your family when you have those moments of connection and those moments of just coming together as you are and accepting that. Such a beautiful acceptance in that goes on to influence every day from there on. It does not mean that you have to take an hour every single day from that moment on to be present. But what matters is that you understand that it's now possible for you and your family, because a lot of people don't even know that it's possible because they've never tried it. They've never sat down and tried it, or maybe they've tried it for 5 minutes and then they've gotten distracted, or maybe they've tried it for 5 minutes and then their phone goes off, or they've tried it for 10 minutes and then they realize, oh my goodness, I have to prepare this thing for that meeting. I totally forgot. This is one of those moments though where it's like creating an appointment, because you clear your schedule for it and there are not distractions. You are there, you are present, you are ready for this experience, and that's exactly what it is. That's an experience. And I always know when someone has been referred to us by someone else, because they don't say, I want family photographs. They say, I want that experience. I want that experience for myself and for my family. And that's when I know they've spoken to someone else who's had the experience as well. Because it's unlike anything else. It's unlike any other photo session. It's unlike any other experience where you're together as a family. It's not a holiday. You can definitely be photographed while you're on a holiday, but even with holidays, there can be stress and there can be moments of tension and there can be moments where, people feel lots of different ways. And it can be challenging to feel like you're getting on the same page. But with a photo session, you have a very peaceful opportunity to be together, but without having to figure out where you're going, figure out meals, figure out the next step. You just get to be there. And that's one of the most potent parts of the whole process. And of course, I get to photograph that and then show that to you, because that's the other part of it, is you are so in your life all the time that you never get to see it. You are so in your life that you never have a moment to step outside of it. And even if you wanted to, you really couldn't. Of course, there are meditative states where you can become the observer and you can kind of see your life from a different perspective, but still not in the same way that beautiful documentary family photographs allow you to see your life and to see those moments. And I'll give you an example. So whenever I was starting out in motherhood, I was celebrating my son turning a year old, and we decided to get family photographs done, documentary family photographs. And I was really excited for the experience because I wanted to give my family this gift. I wanted to make sure that those moments didn't pass without us having photographs. And to be completely honest, to go even a step further of honesty, I didn't hire a photographer for when my son was very young, because I just had it in my mind that I'm a photographer, I can do those things, I can do it myself, all of these things. But I ended up having a birth experience I had not expected, which involved a heck of a lot more recovery than I ever anticipated I would need. And I had some other medical things come up as well that really impacted my recovery. So I was not able to just photograph lots of those newborn moments. We have a few, but it always involved either me being in the photograph with my son and my husband taking the photograph, or my husband and son in the photograph, or my son on his own. And there weren't photographs of us together as a family in those really early moments. And I really wish that I'd organized that, or thought that we were important enough, we were worthy enough to have that for ourselves, and I didn't have to do everything. And of course, motherhood was a big lesson in not being able to do every single thing myself. It's been a huge learning lesson. But for my son's first birthday, we organized a family photographer, and I'm so glad that we did. And I was wearing no makeup, I was in my maternity tights, I was in a big pajama shirt, like just how I was in my ordinary day. Even at a year postpartum, I was still figuring it out. My body was still healing. I still wasn't back in regular pants yet. And that's just the honest truth of it. It probably took me 13 months to get to where I wore regular clothes again and was comfortable wearing regular clothes again. So anyway, we did the photo reveal afterwards, and we saw the photographs, and there's this one photograph that really stuck out for me. There was this one photograph that kind of took my breath away. It was one of those moments where I know it sounds cheesy, but it's the truth. It was like this punch in the gut, but in the best way, in the best of the worst way, because it was a photograph of me smiling at my son after he had a feed and he was crawling away. I was feeding him on the floor and he was crawling away from me, and you can kind of see him to the side crawling away, but the main focus is on me and me smiling at him. And I had no idea that I smiled at him that way I get so emotional. After he fed, I had no idea that I smiled at him that way with so much love. And instead, what I focused on, or what I thought was happening, was that I was not a good enough mother, that I wasn't doing enough for him, that there were all of these different ways that I needed to be improving, to be getting better, to be healing faster, to be taking better care of the house while also taking better care of him, to be on my phone less, to be all these things, right? But that one photograph showed me that I was doing so much better than I thought I was, that my son was getting the love that I was wanting to pour into him. But honestly, because I couldn't see it, I didn't know that it was there. I truly didn't know that it was there. And this could be happening for you as well. You may be thinking that you're doing such a terrible job, or not the kind of job as a parent that you wanted to be doing. Or maybe you had different expectations of what your parenting journey would look like and how you would be able to parent, and that hasn't ended up coming to fruition in the ways that you thought. But it doesn't mean that the love isn't there. It doesn't mean that the connection isn't there. It doesn't mean that you're not giving your child the things that they really need to thrive and to live a beautiful life, and a life of connection, and a life of feeling grounded in love that you have provided for them, and in security that you've provided for them. So I really encourage you to do a documentary family photo session, because it will change your life. It will help you be easier on yourself. It'll help you be kinder to yourself. It'll help you be more loving and accepting to yourself, and maybe to your child as well. Because during the photo sessions, your child may have big feelings or big emotions or big moments, or moments that are challenging, or maybe they missed their nap that day, or maybe they're just hungry. And I honestly think that when the pressure is off and you can just be there with them in a way that is so much more present than you might otherwise be, you will have the energy and the space for, and the compassion for, empathy, and for connecting with your child, and for understanding them, that you may not have when you're going about your daily life otherwise. You may be much more well-resourced to be able to meet them where they are, and to be able to be more kind and patient and loving than you are in just a normal day. And when you can do that during a photo session, you recognize that there are opportunities for you to do that otherwise as well. For you to take a breath, to take a moment to connect with your child instead of disconnect. And I'm telling you, I'm still working on this myself. It is an ongoing process, But I do know that it's possible, and I do know that it's there, and I do know that they're getting the love that they need and require to live their best, healthiest lives in the meantime. So if having a photo session, documentary photo session, is something that you would like to try, you would like to do for yourself, I would be so happy to tell you more. You can actually download our membership brochure. I'll leave the link and the information in the show notes. And I am so excited for you to go on this journey, for you to see what it's like to have your life changed through photographs. And that is no underestimation. They will change your lives. And especially if you have either photographs for the wall or photographs in an album that you look at often, they will continue to influence you on a subconscious level in the most beautiful and magical ways. There is an alchemy that happens whenever all of it comes together, when the time that you spent in presence comes together, whenever you see the photographs and you realize you're doing such a better job than you thought you were. And photographs also give you those moments of love and appreciation for your children that you usually don't have a chance to feel until they're asleep. You know, those moments where they're asleep and finally you just feel that sense of peacefulness. You feel that love for them. You remember what they were like as babies, and your heart is just like overflowing with love for them. That's what photographs do. Because the beauty of photographs is once you have them, you have those moments. You don't have to parent through them. You don't have to go through those moments again. You don't have to parent photographs. That's like the most beautiful part, is that you can enjoy them. You can enjoy them as if you're looking at your child sleeping and you're filled with love. You can just have those moments of love and appreciation for them, and love and appreciation for you. And whenever those are in your household, again, whether they're on your walls or in an album, there's so much alchemy that happens. Truly, just subconscious magical alchemy that happens that you don't even have to try. You don't have to do. It gets to happen automatically. It's the most beautiful, supportive thing that you don't even have to try to do. It's so incredible. So yeah, like, you get to go through the process. You get to see the photographs. You get to enjoy them in your home, and you get to know that you made an investment that mattered to you and your family, and that will continue to pay off major, major, major dividends as you go through life. Because not only will they positively impact your life as you go on, as your children grow up, as you all age and grow together, you'll have those moments to look back on, those moments that you thought you would remember forever, but honestly that are so easily wiped from your memory as time goes on. You'll have those. You'll be at ease because you'll know you didn't miss it. You'll be at ease because you know you made an investment that was worthy of your time, and that will always be valuable to you and your family, and will only grow in value as you grow as a family, as you all age, as your children grow up and have their own children, and as they're able to show their children what their childhood was like and what their connections with you were like. Maybe you're actually a grandparent listening to this. You can also do this with your grandchildren and your children. I do not put a limit on the generations that are able to be included in those photo sessions. In fact, I love when people have multiple generations present for a documentary session, because it's so beautiful. And I'll have to talk about another photo session where that was the case. And it was just the most incredible. I had the most incredible feeling being a part of it and seeing the multiple generations interacting. But I'll save that for another day. If you want the ins and outs of a membership, it's an annual plan. We have different membership tiers. So some include one photo session and beautiful collections of family art, or credit to put towards our a la carte product menu. And our other two tiers involve 2 photo sessions per year with beautiful collections of family art, or an amount of well-fed credit that you can put towards our a la carte menu so that you can choose your own collection of family art. So they're a really incredible way to enjoy this experience. We have created them so you can either pay in full, or you can spread it out over the year and have an investment that you just know is automatic. Every year, this is what you do. Every month, this is how you fund your investment, and it's all built in. It all just gets to become automatic. It all gets to become as easy as possible. No more trying to remember, oh my gosh, we've gotten to the end of another year and I need to schedule a photo session. It's all built in. It's all there. We have made it as easy as possible for you to relax into the process, and for you to enjoy every stage of the process, and for you and your family to be supported along the way. We care about you having an incredible experience. We care about you coming back year after year and knowing that we're your photographer for life. That is what we're here to do. That is why we provide exceptional products, but also exceptional customer service. That's why we have an amazing loyalty program that rewards you when you refer people, because we want you to know how much we appreciate that and how much we appreciate you for being a member. So check it out. And if you have questions, please get in touch. You can email me at info@wellfedphotography.com. There's also a contact page on our website that you can contact us through. And of course, you can download the membership brochure and look at it for yourself. You can literally go through the whole process. You can download the membership brochure. You can purchase your membership directly through the brochure. So you do not have to go through a consultation. If you are a decisive person just like me and you're like, this is for me, I'm ready for this next step, I am ready to go, I'm becoming a member, you can do that straight through the brochure. And if you want to download the brochure, you just go to our membership tab on our website, wellfedphotography.com, and you'll see at the bottom of the page, you can submit a form and that will send the brochure through to you. We've tried to make it as simple as possible for you so that if you're up feeding a baby at 3 a.m., you can become a member. If you have a few moments in your busy day, you can become a member. And even our payment plan options, you can avail of those. We've made it as simple as possible to where you do not have to make a consultation time. Now, you absolutely can. We will always follow up with you. We will always call you and make sure that if you have any questions, we can answer them. We will walk you through every step of the process. We will hold your hand through it if you would like that. But ultimately, it's about giving you and yourself and your family that experience, which is an experience of a lifetime. Even if you only do it once, it will make a positive difference. But we hope you will see the beauty of it and you will feel the difference it makes in your family, and that you will want to continue on this journey and to provide that to you and your family over and over and over again. So thank you for being here for this episode. Thank you for letting me support you through having beautiful moments with your family, beautiful photographs of your family, and letting that magical alchemy take place from then on. I love you. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you on the next episode. All the best. Bye-bye. So for this week's product recommendation, I'm bringing you a water bottle, and I totally get that may not seem all that exciting, but for anyone like me who loves their water and always has it with them, they know the value of having a great water bottle. And one of the reasons why I wanted to feature this one is because it's really big. And I know that sounds funny, but I just found that my regular water bottle was not big enough for going to the pool, going through the steam room and the sauna. And so I upgraded myself to this one, which is 1.3 liters, I believe. And they also have a 2.2 liter one, which you may be like, who is going to need a water bottle that big? But this one has been perfect because it truly lasts me like the whole time that I am at the swimming pool and the steam room and the sauna. And I just think it's so important to make sure that you stay hydrated when you're doing those things. And as I said, my other water bottle, it was just too small and it wasn't getting the job done for this specific purpose. And this is great because of breastfeeding. I drink a lot of water anyway, but especially with breastfeeding, there's a lot of water consumed or that needs to be consumed to be able to keep you hydrated and feeling your best. So this is a great option. And actually my daughter picked out the color because I wasn't sure whether I would get blue or pink or the blue and pink one, and she picked the blue and pink one. And I've absolutely loved it. So I hope you enjoy it too. I'll leave the link in the show notes for this particular product, and let me know how you get on if you get one too. All the best. Bye.